Hello everyone and welcome to a weekend vlog. I feel like I haven't filmed one of these for a while for this channel, but Tom and I are actually heading into Liverpool today, and I thought it would be fun to bring you guys along with me. Now, the reason we're going into Liverpool is because I need to trade in my old iPhone. I recently upgraded my contract, so I do currently have the new iPhone 16 Pro Max, I believe it is, and my last phone was the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and for some reason, we haven't been able to do it online. I haven't had any issues with that before, but since moving house, it apparently doesn't register this address, so yeah, we do need to go into Liverpool to try and sort it out because that is the closest place to us that has an Apple store. So hopefully we can get that sorted. I do also want to look at some iMacs because Tom and I are thinking of getting an iMac for our office. For those of you who don't know, we're both teachers and obviously I do YouTube on the side, and so I do need a good computer. I do have my laptop, but it would be nice to have a good computer as well. So we are going to have a look at those and hopefully chat to someone about what we want in our computer. And as well as that, I may have a look at some headphones because I really love the new AirPod Max. Tom doesn't though. He says I should wait until they get updated in order to buy myself a pair, but it'll be nice to just, you know, have a look at them, see what they're like, and decide whether or not I want to get them because I do have my AirPods, but they're, I think, the first generation of AirPods, so they're definitely on the older side. I still love them though. I use them almost every day, but I do like the look of the bigger ones that go over your ears. So yeah, I'm just gonna have a look around. I am not planning on purchasing anything right now. I am trying to save as much money as I can at the minute because we are going to Florida in the summer holidays and I need to save money for Disney, you know? So I don't think we'll be making any purchases, but it'll be nice to actually trade in my phone and get a gift card, and we will probably use the gift card to go against an iMac, as I just said. With us going into Liverpool, I will of course be visiting Waterstones. The Waterstones there is one of my favourite shops actually, so I definitely want to make sure that we have enough time to go there. We're not really planning on staying in Liverpool for a long time. Tom's not feeling great, I'm not feeling 100%, and so yeah, we're just gonna have a flying visit basically. As I said, I have one or two places that I would like to go to, but as a whole I'm not too bothered about visiting the other shops. So that is the plan for today, and yeah, I thought I would vlog it because hopefully it's a fun little video for you guys. I am going to turn it into a weekend vlog I think as well. Not that we're doing anything too fun, but we may go for a walk tomorrow and yeah, I'll just take you guys along with me. But for now, let's head off to Liverpool and I hope you guys enjoy coming along with me.
Changed since we last spoke. Life's been good to you and I see that you're with someone new. Maybe you are better off now that you're with him. But when I see your face I can't stop myself from spiraling. Now I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling down. Cause I can focus when you are around. But I will try my best to carry on without you like you've done. Though I'm lost and out of breath, I will carry on without you like you've done. But I'm not over you. I'm not over you. I'm not over you. My heart belongs to you. I'm not over. Trying to see it your way to figure out why you left. I know that I have done some things I do regret, and I don't blame you for leaving. I might have done the same, but it doesn't make it easier anyway. Now I'm falling.
It's just gone 3 o'clock. I am now back home, as you can see. And I did, of course, buy a few things whilst I was out. I don't have a Waterstones bag because I got a bag in John Lewis and I didn't think that I needed another one. So that is why I have this bag. But I'm really excited to show you everything that I got. I will just show you everything. I didn't get a load of stuff, but what I did get, I'm really excited about. So without further ado, let's dive into the haul. Now, as I said, we did go to John Lewis. That was actually the first place we went to because we parked in the complex which is under John Lewis. Lewis. So when you come out from the car park, the escalators essentially take you right to that shop. And the reason I actually went in is because I was desperate to go to the toilet and either nowhere else was open or you had to buy something to use the toilet, and I was not about to do that. So I did go into John Lewis and I actually stumbled upon the NARS makeup counter. And in case you don't know, my foundation is a NARS concealer. It's the NARS Sheer Glow, which has been a staple on the beauty side of YouTube for a while now, but it's essentially always worked for me. I found my shade and I feel like it's a pretty good match, so I have just stuck with it. Now, I still have my old foundation, but I tend to get scared when I've used it quite a bit because I don't want it to run out and then be stuck without anything. So whilst I was there, I did decide to go and have a look. Now, I did get myself a new foundation. However, this is actually different to the one I have. So like I said, the one I have is called the NARS Sheer Glow foundation, and the shade I get is Santa Fe. And unfortunately, they didn't have that shade in store today. However, the woman did point me towards this one. This, I believe, is a new foundation. It's called the Light Reflecting Foundation, and she essentially said that most of this foundation is made up of skincare, which is definitely something that sold me because at the minute my skin's not doing the best, and if I can do anything to help it, then of course I will. So I was chatting to her for a while about this one. She sampled it for me as well. It looked really great. It felt really nice. She said it was going to give me a nice glowy look, and of course it has more benefits to my skin than a normal foundation as well. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to give it a go. So that is what I have here. It's again in the shade Santa Fe. Don't know if you can see that there. But like I said, she did allow me to test it as well. So yeah, I just thought, you know what? I'm here. I might as well. And if I don't like it, then at least I've tried it. It can be a foundation that I wear when I don't want to use my like favorite foundation. But yeah, it looks like this. I love the NARS bottles as well. I think they're so nice. This does seem to be a little bit smaller than my other bottle. So we're going to see how long this lasts me. But yeah, I was really happy to have gotten this one. I am going to, of course, try it out soon. Oh, we have the pump there. So normally with a NARS foundation, you have to buy the pump separate, but it does come with this one, which is very nice. So yeah, that was my first big purchase. I think this was £42 if I'm remembering correctly. I may be wrong, but it was around the £40 mark. And then it just says on the box that it improves skin radiance by 61% and gives you a more even skin tone by 93%, which is interesting. And then it says, see your skin in its best light. Light reflecting foundation instantly diffuses light to blur imperfections and smooth the look of skin. Powered by skincare ingredients, this product strengthens skin's barrier to maintain moisture day by day. This formula visibly improves skin's clarity even after makeup is removed. And it's a medium coverage foundation, which is of course buildable. I find that that's the case with my current NARS foundation. If I don't want too much coverage, I can just, you know, have like one pump and it'll do. But if I'm going out or if I feel like I need more coverage, then I just use a bit more foundation and it doesn't look cakey. I feel like it looks pretty nice. So essentially, all in all, I got this foundation. I'm excited to give it a go and hopefully it works for me. And then I did go ahead and buy something else. I wasn't planning on getting it, but I was there and it's something I've debated for a while. And I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna have a chat to this woman about it, and she was really helpful. So my purchase was a NARS concealer, and as I've said, I've been thinking about this for a while. I currently use the Collection Lasting Perfection concealer. It used to be really cheap, it's not the cheapest anymore, and I just thought, you know what, I want a nice concealer so that when I do put some effort in with my makeup, then my concealer is just as nice. But I wasn't sure which shade I would want because obviously I have never bought a NARS concealer before. So whilst I was there and whilst I was buying this, the woman asked me if I wanted it to blend or if I wanted a bit of a lighter tone to it. And I did say that I would like it a little bit lighter than my foundation, and she did recommend me this colour, which is Creme Brulee. So let me just get it out the box to show you. There we go. This is what it looks like. Hopefully you can see that properly. But yeah, I thought I'd treat myself. I think this was around £20, maybe even more, which is definitely pricey for a concealer. I'm definitely not going to use it all the time. Like I said, it's going to be for occasions when I feel like I do want to make an effort with my makeup and I want to look my best. So I will be saving this for special occasions. But yeah, if I show you both together, there's not much of a difference actually. Hopefully you guys will be able to see this. I'm not holding them the best for you guys, but this is what we're gonna go with. And yeah, I'm really happy to have both of these. And yeah, I just thought whilst I was there, I'd bite the bullet and I'd treat myself to a bit of new makeup. Then we went into HMV. We love going into HMV. We love looking at the films and the merch there. They had some amazing LOUNGEFLY bags, which I was so tempted by, but I didn't get. But the main thing we went in for was a Marvel DVD. Now, not really one in particular, but Tom and I collect these editions of the Marvel DVDs. We have done ever since they started coming out. out. And when we see them there, we grab them because obviously we want to expand our collection. And so what we got was Wakanda Forever, which is the second Black Panther film. And it comes in this gorgeous sleeve. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that because it's very reflective, but yeah, it's so cool. As I said, we do have a lot, and this is just going to add to the collection. So this was £7. As I said, we do tend to buy these. I think I have most of them. The only ones that aren't out are the Spider-Man ones, I believe. We do have the first one, but I don't believe the other two have been released. And then I'm not sure if we're missing one or two of the latest films as well. But we didn't have this one. I did double check because I do have a picture of my DVDs on my phone, just so that when the occasion arises, I can double check to make sure that I'm not buying any duplicates. And lucky I did because, yeah, we don't have this one, which is why I picked it up. The Black Panther films are honestly some of my all-time favourites. The second one broke my heart, I'm not gonna lie, but I still love it just as much. So I'm really happy that we found this edition, and I'm gonna pop it with the rest of my collection once I take it downstairs after this clip. And then the final things that I bought are, of course, some books. I did go into Waterstones, and there were a few books that I was looking for. I was mainly looking for The Will of the Many by James Islington, and also an Agatha Christie book. I didn't have a particular one in mind, but as is the case with the Marvel DVDs, I have taken a picture of my Agatha Christie collection, and all the ones I don't have, I am trying to obviously collect. So I got to the sci-fi fantasy section, and unfortunately, I could not find The Will of the Many anywhere, so I do think I'm gonna have to buy that online or elsewhere. But I did find the Agatha Christie section. They've actually moved it in Liverpool now. It used to be a really tiny section, and now it's been moved to a different place, and it has a load more variety and a load of different books by authors as well, and I just thought it was definitely a better placement for it. And I was in my element because there were so many Agatha Christie books, and there were a lot that I didn't have, and so I did take a while to get down on the floor. I was going through each and every single one and debating which one I should get. I did pick up a few and put them back because I realised they were short stories, and if you guys know me, you know I'm not a massive lover of short stories, so I did go ahead and put those back for now so that I can focus on the complete mysteries. And obviously once I do get to those books, I will purchase them. It's just for now, I'd like to have a collection of books that I really do know I'm going to enjoy, and then I'll get to the short stories later on. So the first book I got is The Man in the Brown Suit by Agatha Christie, and I will say, for those of you who are wondering, I do own all of the Miss Marple books. I also own all of the Poirot books and the 4 books in the Tommy and Tuppence series. So the only books I need to buy now are the standalone murder mysteries, which are on the back of this book. So I'm following this order in which to read them, and I'm also, of course, using this as my checklist of which books I now own. I do have a few from here, and obviously I've added a bit more today, but I definitely have a long way to go, so I'm glad that I managed to get these 3 books today. And I will say I did use my Waterstones points as well, so these books were technically free, right? Anyway, back to this one. I did get The Man in the Brown Suit because this is the first one that's listed on this list on the back of the book, and I just thought, you know what, it's here, I'm gonna get it, and that will start off my journey reading these standalones. And it just says here, pretty young Anne Bedingfield has come to London looking for adventure, but adventure finds her when a strange smelling man falls off an underground platform and is electrocuted on the rails. The police verdict is accidental death. But who was the man in the brown suit who examined the body before running away? Armed with only one cryptic clue, Anne is determined to track him down and bring the mysterious killer to justice. The synopsis is what sold me on this one. I could have left it there and got something else, but I read that and I was like, no, this is coming home with me. This sounds insane. I need to give it a read. So that is why I did decide to go for this book. The same goes for the Seven Dials mystery. I read the synopsis and I was immediately intrigued and I wanted to know what on earth was going on. This is the 3rd book listed on the back. The Secret of Chimneys, which is the 2nd book listed, was there. However, there was only one copy and it wasn't in the best condition. So unfortunately, I did leave it there. Otherwise, I would have gotten that one and gotten the first 3 books on the list on the back of this book. But yeah, unfortunately, I didn't want to spend money, or rather my points, on a book that just wasn't in the best condition. So for this one, it says, Jerry Wade had proved himself to be a champion sleeper. So the other house guest decided to play a practical joke on him. 8 alarm clocks were set to go off, one after the other, starting at 6:30. But when morning arrived, one clock was missing and the prank backfired with tragic consequences. For Jimmy Theisker in particular, the word 7 dials were to take on a new and chilling significance. I love a game element to my murder mystery. Of course, this is more of a practical joke, but I'm intrigued to see how it's handled and how the mystery evolves from there. So I feel like this was a good pick. I'm definitely excited to get to it. And the fact that these are standalones as well, I don't necessarily have to read them in the reading order on the back, so I may pick them up as and when, but I'm glad to have it, and it is some sort of a guide for me at least. And I'm just happy that this is is the third one on the list because it does mean I will get to this one relatively soon. And then the last book that I got is definitely a more well-known Agatha Christie, and that is Why Didn't They Ask Evans? I have seen the ITV adaptation of this book a few times and I really do enjoy it. I feel like I've also seen a different one as well, but anyway, I wanted to pick up this book because I kept putting it off, and now I obviously have gone ahead and bit the bullet and bought it. So on the back of this one it says, while playing an erratic round of golf, Bobby Jones slices his ball over the edge of a cliff. His ball is lost, but on the rocks below he finds the crumpled body of a dying man. With his final breath, the man opens his eyes and says, "Why didn't they ask Evans?" Haunted by these words, Bobby and his vivacious companion Frankie set out to solve a mystery that will bring them into mortal danger. This is definitely a complicated mystery, but as I said, I have seen the adaptation. I do enjoy the story and I am intrigued to see whether the book differs as well. I always say this, but Agatha Christie manages to write such compelling murder mystery books in such a short amount of pages, and I'm so excited to now have 3 more murder mysteries to read by her. I am just going to show you these spines actually. I collect these editions. I know that her books are being reprinted as well, which is something that has spurred me on to get 3 books in this haul. I really don't want to have editions that don't match, so I am trying to get them as I can to make sure that they're all the same. So there are definitely going to be a lot more Agatha Christie books popping up in these hauls soon. But for now, I am so happy to have found these 3. I could have got a lot more, to be honest with you, but I did restrain myself. I did just get the 3, but I'm so excited for each and every single one. And as I said, I was really shocked by the selection there today because I feel like in recent trips there haven't been as much. So it's definitely promising now that they have a bigger section, and hopefully that means when I go back next time I can pick up a few more matching editions. Right, I am feeling very tired right now, guys. My cup of tea is very quickly cooling as well, but I'm gonna head downstairs and watch the rugby. I think the first game we have is Scotland versus Italy, and then I'm guessing it's Ireland versus England, right? Or is that tomorrow? I'm not sure. I know we have 2 games on today. I actually don't know who's playing secondly, so I'm gonna have to find out. But yeah, for now I'm gonna head downstairs, I'm gonna chill, watch some rugby, which I always enjoy doing, and I'll chat to you guys once I have a little update for you. I wasn't actually planning on updating you guys again until further on tonight, but I received an email letting me know that a package had been delivered for me at my local post office. I've obviously decided to go and get it, and I wanted to unbox it with you guys here and now. This is such an exciting parcel. I honestly can't wait to open it. It's something I've wanted for a while, but it's been sold out everywhere, so when I found it on Vinted, I just had to pick it up, and I'm so glad that I did. I am just gonna pop it down somewhere so that I can open it without showing you guys my address. There we go. I've got my knife. Let's have a go at this, and I will come back to you guys once I have managed to open it. Right, it's open, guys. There's a little sneak peek. Can you tell what it is just yet? I'm not too sure. They've actually packaged this up really nicely, and I'm hoping that it's in great condition. So I'm gonna pop the box down and I'm gonna take out this. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. Right, how do I get into it? Like this? Oh my gosh, it's even more beautiful in person. Stop, I absolutely love this. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy that I bought this. So this is what I got. It's a LOUNGEFLY bag, but it has books on it, as you can see on the front there. And then we also have some character art, and they also have books, which is just so cute. We have Beauty and the Beast, The Little Mermaid, Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, and Snow White as the classics on the front. And yeah, like I said, we have the companions on the front of the bag, but I will say the placement isn't exactly there. It's kind of a bit off. I don't know how you'll be able to see, but some of them, such as this one, can you see there's a kind of outline and then we have the picture, so it's not quite where it's meant to be, which is a bit of a pain. May have to contact the seller for that because it's not obvious, but I feel like you can definitely see it. Yeah, here. So we have the squirrel from The Sword and the Stone, and I mean, look at that. You can see that there's an outline there that doesn't quite fit. So I definitely will contact the seller, though I don't believe it's their fault, but it wasn't mentioned anywhere on the listing that it wasn't quite where it was meant to be. We do also have side pockets. They are quite small though, so I'm not sure what's actually going to fit in there. And then if I open up the front pocket, okay, the packaging is still in there, which is always a good sign. And we have more of the character print, as you can see. The tassel as well is probably going to be really hard to show you, but it says happily ever after, which I just think is so cute. The bottom of the bag is blue, and then we of course have this design all over, as you can see once again. I love all of the characters on here. I wish Abu was there more. He isn't on the front of the bag a lot, which is really annoying. But all in all, I'm so happy with this. I'm just gonna have to sort something out in terms of the pattern on it, because that is really jarring. But other than that, it's a beautiful, beautiful bag. I am going to Walt Disney World in Florida in the summer holiday. And honestly, guys, I can't wait. It's been a dream of mine for so long. And yeah, we're finally going. So I'm very excited for that. And I, of course, had to get myself a LOUNGEFLY to go. The fact that this one is bookish as well is just perfect. And yeah, I'm really happy with it. It has a little pocket inside as well. So it is a pretty decent size for a LOUNGEFLY bag. It has a load of pockets, which is always handy for me. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely gutted with the placement on this. Other than that, it's absolutely perfect. And like I said, you probably wouldn't notice from a distance, but now that I've seen it, it's so hard to ignore. It's just so annoying. So I'm definitely gonna have to contact the seller and see what's going on there, because yeah, it's not great. And it also looks like Dopey has an extra eye. I don't know how well you can see that, but yeah, it looks a bit funny. So we'll see. I wanted it for so long, and this is pretty new, as you can see. So it is just a manufacturing issue, I believe, but I don't want to still pay a lot of money and then have something that's a little bit faulty. So we'll see what I do with that. Unfortunately, it's not the happiest clip ever because of that, but as a whole, this bag is stunning. I absolutely love it. I will probably end up keeping it anyway, but I will raise an issue with the seller because they didn't list it in the item description, which is a pain, but I absolutely love this. I think it's such a cute bag, and I'm really sad that they don't sell it anywhere anymore and that I had to get it secondhand. Obviously, like I said, it is pretty much brand new. The tag's on there. We have the plastic, we have the straps that are tied up. So I am really happy with it, but yeah, really sad that the placement on the front of it isn't the best. If it was on the back, it wouldn't matter, but the placement on the back seems completely fine, which is just really weird. So yeah, I will probably raise an issue with this. Just ask the seller what is going on because they didn't mention it in the description, and I'll probably take it from there. But this is my new bag. I absolutely love it. It's so cute, so colourful, and the fact that it's bookish as well is just brilliant. And yeah, I wanted to show it off for you guys in a little unboxing. It is almost time for me to make myself some tea now. We did watch the Scotland versus Italy game, which was quite intense actually, but really good. And we are just waiting on the England and Ireland game now. So yeah, I'm gonna make a start on food whilst we're waiting for that game to start. I'm not quite sure what we're having yet. I'm gonna talk to Tom and see what he wants. I'm still not feeling the best, so it might be something easy. We'll see, but that is the plan for now. And yeah, like I said, I just wanted to unbox that for you guys because I was way too excited. And I wanted to show it off because yeah, it's just so pretty. And like I said, I am glad that I have it, and I will keep you updated on what happens with it. But for now, I'm gonna get a start on tea. I do have a few things in the slow cooker, which is for my meal prep for the week. So that's on the go, which is also great because I'm doing multiple things at once, which is always a plus. And yeah, then I'm gonna chill and watch the rugby game and probably crash and go to bed, I'm not gonna lie. Hi guys, I know I'm in exactly the same spot as I was in the last clip of me speaking in this vlog, but I do promise you that quite a bit of time has now passed. Now the last thing you will have seen was a lovely hike that I went on with Tom and Kiwi. We decided to get up and go early the day after that last clip, and it was honestly such a lovely day. We were meant to hike all the way to Bevgellert, but unfortunately one of the roads was closed. A load of trees had fallen down and there was no way that we could get past it. So our walk wasn't as long as it should have been and we couldn't actually walk into the town, but as you saw, we had some beautiful scenes there and we just had a really lovely time. It's not often that the three of us specifically go out to hike because Tom's not too keen on that, but as I said, yeah, we had a lovely morning. It was nice and crisp and luckily it didn't rain. So all in all, it was a lovely day. I can't tell you why I didn't update you the day of, but I do have some updates, mainly regarding the LOUNGEFLY situation. Now, after looking at the bag for quite a while and contacting the seller, I didn't feel comfortable in going ahead with the purchase of that bag. Tom and I looked at it, it didn't look quite right, and then I actually got in touch with my friend Chloe, who I know has a proper LOUNGEFLY bag that was the same as the one that I had bought. So I basically texted her asking if she could send me some photos of her bag, just so that I could see if there were any differences, and I will say there were. A few of the labels weren't quite the same, of course the placement wasn't the same, and I didn't want to go ahead with the purchase, as I said, and own a fake LOUNGEFLY because there are a lot of fakes going around, especially if you're buying them secondhand. There are some cheaply made replicas that are being sold for like half the price online, and then people buy those and sell them on as LOUNGEFLY, and obviously they're not. So yeah, unfortunately I do think that that one was a fake. The seller did take it back, I got a full refund, and that was that. And I was honestly a bit gutted. I had spent quite a while looking at different bags as well, but none of them really jumped out at me. I of course loved the previous one because of the books on it. However, I will say I did find another one that I really do like, and I may have gone ahead and bought it for myself. Now I do have it with me here. It seems pretty similar in terms of the colourway, and I guess the pattern isn't too different. The only thing that's different is that we don't have books on there. We have the animal companions, and it's more of a floral design actually, which I do really like. And we do have more variety in terms of the different animal companions as well, which I will give you guys a close-up of now. So here we have the top of the bag. I can't quite see who the companions are from the viewfinder there, but you will obviously get a glimpse, and then I'll move you down just so that you can see the pattern. We do have a few of my favourites on there, one in particular which isn't really on the front all that much, and I'll show you guys in a sec, but we do again have side pockets, and the print basically just continues the whole way around. I am going to struggle to show you this now because, as you can see, one of the handles I suppose is wrapped up and the other one isn't for some reason, so let me just try and show you the print fully. Here it is. I absolutely love it. Hopefully you're seeing it properly. It looks really dark in here and I don't know why because the lights are on, but yeah, we have a load of different animal companions and this print goes all the way around. It does also have the tag on it still with the barcode, and yeah, the only real issue with it is that this came loose, and I think there was a mark on it somewhere, but honestly I can't find it. Oh, I can see it now. Right, okay. I don't know if she's used it because the rest of it looks fine, but I don't know if you can see there's a little mark kind of up here, and that's the only issue with it. And I just thought because it's on the back, you might not notice it. At least I didn't notice it, so hopefully that is the case. Now I will say my favourite out of all of these, I don't know how well you'll be able to see, but if you guys have watched the movie Brave, we have one of the brothers here. I'm not sure which one it is, we only have one, and this is one of my favourites. Absolutely love this, and like I said, unfortunately he's not on the front anywhere, and I'm kind of gutted because I would like him to be on the front. We do have a few duplicates. We have the mice from Cinderella and we have Pascal. The mice are actually on there 3 times, so yeah, I feel like it could have been a better placement, but all in all it's not that deep. I still really like it and I am going to use it. This one does also have the packaging in there. I'm not going to take it out just yet. And I actually had to put this packaging in myself because when this bag arrived, it was stuffed into a tiny little parcel and it was almost shapen, which if you're a LOUNGEFLY collector, it's just a big no-no. I really wasn't happy with the way that it was sent, but I did get a lower price for it because I offered a lower price and the person accepted, so I didn't really complain. But I will just take the packaging out so that I can show you the design on the inside. Again, it's probably not going to show up all that well, but it's this lovely blue colour and we have a little design there. We also have a zip pocket at the back, which of course isn't the biggest, but I will say it is pretty roomy. I feel like I could fit quite a decent amount of things in there. It doesn't look it now because I am struggling to show you, but yeah, like I said, I'm really happy with it. I wanted a lighter colour bag just because I'm going to wear a lot of light pastel colours when I'm away because we're going to be in Florida. It's going to be very hot and I just wanted something that I could wear with everything. And of course this has a load of different colours on it. It's primarily white and blue, which are colours that I do tend to wear quite a lot and that obviously go with everything. So that was my thinking behind it. And honestly, like I said, I do really love it. Now, once again, it does say LOUNGEFLY on the zip as well over here, if you can see that. And I did also go a little bit crazy and I decided to buy myself something to go with this. Now, I don't know if this is just a gimmick or if it's actually going to help, but I did go ahead and buy myself a LOUNGEFLY insert organizer. Now, I haven't actually opened this yet, but this is essentially what it is. You put this in the bag and it kind of separates it for you. It gives you different compartments and things like that, which should ultimately make life easier. Not sure if that's going to be the case. I think I want to try it by popping it in here though, so we'll see how it goes. But because I tend to have quite a lot of stuff, I didn't just want to chuck everything in here and then spend quite a while each day trying to figure out where things are. I just wanted to have something that would make that a little bit easier, and like I said, hopefully it does just that. Now, I am actually going to try and pop it in there, but I'm not sure if I can show you properly how this is going to work. So it does come with a few little bits inside, and it just essentially kind of pops out and it's meant to fit into the bag like this. It has got some zip compartments, it's got some pockets on both sides, and yeah, like I said, it may just be a gimmick, it may help, I don't know. I will be taking it with me to Florida and I'll see whether or not it's useful there. If it's not, then, you know, I won't use it, but at least I have it and I wanted to give it a go. Right, so I'm gonna try and do this on camera. It's probably gonna be quite difficult, but I'm gonna open this up, take out the little gel things inside, and then I'm guessing it goes in here. Now, the only problem straight away is that, yeah, it kind of covers the zip compartment, but I guess you can just take it away like this. So it does fit pretty nicely. Honestly, I'd say it could be a little bit bigger because there is some space at the top. Don't know how well you'll be able to see that, but I guess what I could do, because this has a zip compartment itself, I could just kind of push that forward and still keep things in the zip if I wanted. And then of course I have popped this in and it fits really nicely. I feel like it will work. It just depends on how practical it is and whether or not I find it all that useful. So I'm going to keep it in there for now. This is the main bag that I'm going to be wearing whilst at Walt Disney World, which is so exciting. I do have a couple of other ones that I bought quite a while ago now, and I will be taking one or two of them. I'm not sure if I'm taking all of them, we'll see. But yeah, after the failed unboxing last time, I did want to show you this one now. I'm so happy with it. I absolutely love it. I love all the animal companions. For those of you who don't know, I'm a massive animal lover, so this is just perfect. And blue is also my favourite colour, which is why I was drawn to it. So yeah, hopefully I've had more luck here. If you guys want to follow along with my Disney trip, then I will leave my Instagrams link down below. And yes, I did say Instagrams. I do have my personal one, which I'm not going to share because that's on private. I do have a bookish one and I do have one for Life with Rhi. So if you would like to keep up with my adventures, then I will be posting on there. So go ahead and either click the link down below or search Life with Rhi on Instagram and I should pop up so that you can go and give me a follow. With all that being said though, I do think I'm going to close out this video here. It's been a pretty long one. I have edited it up until this point and honestly I just want to get it out to you guys now. So hopefully you had a fun time following me along to Liverpool and also just like a few random days at home. I wasn't expecting to hold 2 LOUNGEFLYs in this vlog, but there we go. Of course, one didn't work out, but I am really pleased with the other one. And as I said, I can't wait to take it to Walt Disney World and use it there. I will also be vlogging that trip. I'm not sure how much just yet, but I'm definitely going to be doing at least one vlog for each park. I am going to be there for 2 weeks, but I do think I want to take a few days off just to spend with Tom and just be in the moment. going. Saying that though, I am probably going to want to film everything, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, as I said, if you would like to follow along with that, then please do make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. I'm hoping to start posting regularly again. I did take a bit of a break, a very unintentional break, but work and life has just been crazy, and yeah, I am really excited to get back into posting on this channel, especially in the lead up to my Walt Disney World trip and posting those vlogs once I'm home as well. With all that being said, I'm going to close this off here. Please don't forget to click the like button if you like this video, and of course the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content from me. Thank you so much for watching. It truly does mean the world to me, and I will see you soon in my next video. Goodbye!